Hello, this is John from caveofprogramming.com. In this tutorial, we're going to just look at storing the number of iterations so we can actually use that later on. At the moment, we've built a histogram from the iterations, but we still need to know exactly how many iterations we've got per pixel. So we're going to have to store that in some memory, just similar to what we did with the histogram, so that we can use it later. So for every pixel on the screen, we need to store the number of iterations that took before our algorithm gave up on it or decided that it wasn't part of what we want to ultimately draw. So you could pause the video and have a go at that if you want. Just find some way of, for any given pixel, storing the number of iterations so that you can then refer to it later if you've got an X and Y coordinate. Okay, so let's take a look at that. So I'm going to use a unique pointer as well, again, and of course you could use a normal pointer if you're using an earlier version of C++. Let's call this let's call it fractal, since it's really information about the actual fractal image. The number of pixels that we've got in total is going to be width times height. We'll initialize that to 0, although it doesn't matter too much because we're going to write information for every pixel anyway. Now we can use that to store the number of iterations per pixel. So we'll do that for all the pixels. Now the index that we use to access this, well, if we started at the bottom left-hand corner, which is where the coordinate system of bitmaps start, then we could count the pixels numbering from left to right and then gradually working up row by row across the screen, each time going back to the left-hand side and counting across. And if we do that, each pixel will have an index which we can calculate by writing y times width plus x. So we can set that equal to the number of iterations. That should just about do for this tutorial. I'm also going to delete some of this stuff that we're outputting. Let's delete this stuff at the end that we've outputted because we don't need it. I'll get rid of this min-max stuff as well, but I'll leave the actual declaration of min and max in because it's possible that they might come in handy later on. Okay, so until next time, happy coding.